Hello, everybody. Um, I'm not sure how many people are actually going to watch this or listen to it in its entirety, but just, a little welcoming thing. Uh, my two little things before I start, little disclaimers. Um, I have a little bit of a lisp, so if that is irritating to you for whatever reason, it's okay. You can click away. Um, I will not be offended. And number two, um, I have kind of like allergies year round, so I might have a little like sniffle cough thing going on. Sorry. Um, it is what it is. Anyway, onto the talking. In case no one's asked you yet, how was your day? I know I can't hear you respond, but it's an important thing to ask. So, as for how my day was, I kind of didn't do anything. I overslept a lot. I meant to wake up at 6 and I slept until noon. So, oops. And I dyed my hair again. I just dyed it green again on top of the old green. And the brand I used Good Dye Young because I had never used it before. And I was like, why not? It smelled good. It gets points for that. But then it gets points taken off for it took a really long time to rinse out. But it does get a point for making the rinse water look like Mountain Dew. So I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Only 8 out of 10 just because I feel like Manic Panic is the best green that I've used so far. It has that deliciously obnoxious quality where it's just bright ass neon green. I love it. Neon green's my favorite color. It used to be yellow. I don't know. Things have happened since then, but it's just so obnoxious. I'm completely drawn to it. It's like I'm a moth to the light. It's just, oh my god, it's such a bright and obnoxious color. I love it. I would love to see neon green anything. I love it. It's such an eyesore. It's like, oh my god, yes, king, give us more. But yeah, my friends and family thoroughly disagree with me on the neon green supremacy bit, but I have neon green just about anything. I have neon green socks that I like to wear with black boots, and then people comment on it and they're like, "Wow, your socks match your hair." And it's like, "Yeah, they do. I'm not going to be ashamed about it. I do buy the green monsters because they match my hair. I like the pink ones better. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between the pink kind and the pipeline punch. Everything that's color pink kind of tastes the same to me. I don't know. I do not have a refined monster palette, but I do like the pink kind better. And I also have a green belt that I will wear with my green socks as I carry my green monster. I'm working on establishing a brand here, but just neon green. I love it. But back to my day. So overslept, dyed my hair. I finished the Umbrella Academy season 1. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked Hazel a lot. I don't know. Every time I see a character where it's just law enforcement man who wears a suit and is nice, I'm like, wow, it's my dad. Kind of is my dad though. That's kind of his whole shtick. My dad works for the FBI, and I don't know. I just coming out saying this politically. I don't want to turn this into a political chat, but I am completely in support of ACAB and Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. I have a Trumpy stepdad and I hate him. We'll get to him later. But my dad is, I don't know, for a government worker, I mean, you would expect them to favor president in office, but he very much does not. I think my dad is a well-rounded individual. I would like to toot my dad's horn for him. I love my dad. He is the coolest. But yeah, anytime I see some law enforcement guy, I'm like, wow, my dad. But it keeps on happening with Twin Peaks' Dale Cooper. I was like, wow, my dad. Fox Mulder from the X-Files. Hazel from this. It's just anytime there's a nice law enforcement guy, I'm like, my father, everybody. But yeah, I might try to get my dad into the Umbrella Academy just because I think he is like Hazel. I don't know. I think you might like him. I don't know that my dad would be into it though. My dad does not like Twin Peaks. I really like Twin Peaks. I don't think the Umbrella Academy is anything like Twin Peaks, but I think the um like supernatural element is definitely still there. I don't know if my father is big into that. But important things to know about my father. Cool guy. Despite being a cool guy, his uniform is always like the dad khakis with a belt and like a gray or navy blue t-shirt. And I don't know, that's just cool. I like I like how my dad was very big on how he didn't want me to get pet tarantulas. Spoiler, we did it anyway. But he was all big on like, oh, like I'm not gonna help you take care of them. I think all that like live feeding bugs is gross. And there is a cricket shortage with the pandemic, and my dad is the one who's like vigilantly searching all the PetSmarts in our area looking for crickets. And it's like, you're more into this than I am now. Like I'm at this point, I either feed them mealworms or I've been considering maybe like buying crickets online because that's a thing. I don't know, might kind of freak me out. In all honesty, I'm all like pro bugs, but I don't like crickets. I don't like them. They freak me the fuck out. It's just, I don't know, something about like feeding a tarantula a cricket is just upsetting because you have to like grab the cricket with these little pinchers, and the whole time it's like struggling for its life, and it's like, stop it, just lay down and die. Like, you're gonna make me feel bad about the fact that I'm gonna throw you into this tank. You're gonna get eaten by a giant spider. I don't know, it's just I don't like them. Though it is kind of cool how when you go to the PetSmart normally they have this like weird little scoop thing, and the lady who does it, she's just like so ballsy. She just like puts her hand in the thing full of crickets, and they're like liquid. Like they just go in like the tube and they just like settle in there. Incredibly strange. But yeah, I like back to the topic of my father. He's cool. I enjoy him. Don't tell my mom, but he's my favorite parent. But you know, each of them has their own thing. I think nope. We're going on a tangent. I don't know. I don't want to start this over for. You know what? Let's go with it. I've exhausted the topics of my day and my father, and a little bit of the Umbrella Academy and a little bit of the spiders. But why don't we go back to the spiders? I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what to talk about, but I know that a lot of people by and large do not like spiders. That's understandable. I've been bitten by several spiders, both my own spiders and just like wild spiders. Like one time I got bit by, I don't even know what type of spider it was, but I got like those like weird little like, you know, like the red like bullseye rings. I got them like all up my leg, and then I had to be on this antibiotic that looked like Pepto-Bismol for like a month and a half. It was disgusting. I don't recommend it. Don't get bit by spiders, people. But yeah, these spiders I have right now are I'm not going to even attempt the scientific names, but I have a green bottle blue, and a salmon pink bird eater. And they're both spiderlings, so they're both babies. They're very little, like in the palm of your hand. Plath, she's my green bottle blue. She's probably like the size of like, I don't know, like less than my thumb, smaller than like the top part of my thumb. I don't know. I don't know how to gauge size when I'm not near them, but I think they are neat. I use like gendered terms for them. I don't know, kind of just like force of habit. They are both too young to accurately be sexed, so I kind of just I name my spiders after poets. So Plath is obviously after Sylvia Plath, and then Oscar is after Oscar Wilde. So I kind of just went with like, let us just go by the gender terms of their respective namesakes. So, you know, that's just blah blah blah. But I think they're neat. I can't wait for them to grow and be like big and super pretty. I'm very excited for Plath because their adult colors are super cool. I don't know, they're just green bottle blues. Beautiful spiders. Up there with the Antilles Pinktoe and being my favorites. The Antilles Pinktoe are so freaking pretty. I would get one. I want one so badly because the spiderlings are gorgeous, and then they're adults and they're like gorgeous. But spiders are expensive, and also they like humidity, and I live in Pennsylvania, which is not really known for its great climate, so it'd be kind of hard to, I guess, like climate control my room for that. So, it is what it is. And also, I don't want to leave my dad with a bunch of spiders when I go to college, because I don't know how that's going to work, really. Like, spiders, college, I don't know. I guess I could technically just bring them and, like, not tell people about them, but also don't they fumigate, like, where you live so that they're, like, aren't, like, mold and cockroaches and things like that? I don't want, that would kill my spiders, so I don't know. I think about this a lot. College, scary. Leaving my spiders, scary. But getting to be a responsible adult, not scary. That sounds super fun. I don't know. My parents have been divorced for a really long time, so it is like college is like this thing that I like idolize, because then I will finally get to have most of my belongings in one room. And I mean, like, yeah, it's gonna suck so much having to like figure out who I spend my time with when I'm home, because that's what my brother has to do now. Oh, he's older than me and he's irresponsible and he kind of sucks, but whatever. I wish I had a better sibling relationship with him, but also he's kind of a jackass, and I'm kind of a jackass, which might be why we don't get along. Like, we're the same brand of jackass, and I think that makes each of us feel threatened. But, yeah, I don't know. He's irresponsible. So, hopefully, with my, top tier time management, I will be able to figure things out. I am joking about that. I used to be good at time management. Not really anymore, but hopefully I will get it together again. But, that is that. Just college seems fun because you get to be in a dorm, and being in a dorm means, like, I get to have all of my things in the same spot. It's just, like, a very simple wish, but, like, my dream is just, like, that I will be able to, in my dorm, like, have, like, a dresser, and, like, all of my socks will be in the same place. It's just, I don't know, it's a very, like, simple, kind of dumb thing, but it's just, like, it sounds so peaceful. Like, everything you own in the same room. Well, obviously not everything. I'm not going to pack up my whole life and bring it to college, but, like, all of my Garfield memorabilia in the same room. That counts for something. Yeah, I don't, bouncing topics. Bouncing, as we were speaking. As I am speaking, I guess. I don't know. What else do I talk about? I'll loop back to school, because I didn't talk really about that. But, oh wait, did I talk about school? I feel like I'm losing it. I can't remember. Okay, we're just gonna go with things that I think I have not said yet. I have to go back online. It will surely be the worst ever. No band. Sad. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, cry over it, but, like, sad. Now, I cannot wield my sword. I mean, I can in my free time, but it's a lot less fun to not, like, be like, wow, I'm out on a football field wielding this sword. Everyone hail me as some sort of super cool badass. But, I will go on a little spiel about color guard. That seems like a fun thing to talk about. So, for those of you who don't know, the color guard is the flags, rifles, sabers in the marching band. I have been doing color guard since I was a freshman. I am now going to be a junior in high school. So, really, I've only been doing this for like 2 years, but I've done both outdoor marching band and our indoor, like, color guard only type thing. Like, they usually call it winter guard, but it's super fun. I love indoor. Indoor is the best. It's, like, exactly like color guard for marching band. There's no band. It's just the guard. We do, like, a little routine by ourselves to pre-recorded music instead of, like, music from the band. And it is the best. How you do it is, like, usually don't wear shoes, and you do it on this, like, tarp. We call it the floor. The floor can be painted, and a lot of different people, like, different groups will, like, get their floor, like, painted or printed with a design that corresponds with their show theme. My school is not good at having good, fun show themes, but, there are some groups that have awesome show themes. I love them so much. There are these, like, competitive groups in our area where it's, like, you are an adult, and it's, like, the best of the best people in guard. And oh my god, like places like Field of View, Amp, oh my god, Amp, Light Brigade, they are so cool. Oh my god. And their routines are always like meticulously planned. Amp show last year was my favorite thing ever. Oh wait, that jingling noise is my dog. I have this stereotypical little like Asian family, like yappy white dog. His name is Toby, and he's in here in my room with me. But back to Amp. I love them. They are the coolest ever. My freshman year, their show was called Mortalis Invictum, and it was about vampires, and it was awesome. They had literally everything. They, like, part of their uniform, like, they wore fake fangs and, like, red eye contacts, and, like, they were so cool. And they all had, oh my god, like, baller. They had these props that were coffins, and at some point they had like people get out of the coffin and people get in the coffin, and they had this whole little like love story thing where it's this like guy and this other lady, and they like had like a little vampire romance, and oh, I was about it. But back to our little like basics of color guard. There are 3 equipment pieces, and they are generally labeled in this order. Like first I mentioned will be the easiest, like basic, and then the last I mentioned will be the hardest. It goes flag, rifle, saber. So as for flag, it's just a 6-foot pole. I think the silk of the flag, like the wavy flag part, is usually like 5x4. But yeah, they are usually do metal poles in outdoor for like marching band stuff and wooden poles for indoor. I am personally a wooden pole gal. I like them a lot better. They hurt a lot less when they hit you. I don't know, they just have a much more like solid feeling. They're usually weighted differently, top to bottom, so that they spin nicely in the air. You can do all sorts of stuff with flag. They're best for like ensemble things, and they're used a lot in like outdoor marching band just because like they look really nice on the field. Good flag work, good clean flag work is honestly like better than any cool like trick you can do on weapon. Like it just looks so nice. Like it's so cool. Like you have a million flags just like moving in unison. It's like, wow, crazy. But you can do a number of tosses on flag. My personal favorite is a 45. They hurt when you do them wrong, and they are very difficult to do right, but they do look really cool when you do them. It's they're called a 45 because you release them at like a 45-degree angle, but the way you release it is like you release it right behind your head, and if you do it correctly, it'll just like spin around your body, which is cool as hell. And I also like crank tosses. Those are fun. You can get them to go really high. You can do turns under crank tosses really easily. I saw this one show where they did crank tosses and then like everyone rotated one and they caught like the other person's flag. That was cool. You can do that with basically any toss if you make it lofty enough so you have enough time. But that was cool, the one that I saw. Onto rifle. Rifle is my personal favorite. It's just very fun. It's not a real rifle, of course. It's like cut in the shape of a rifle. It's a piece of wood and it has a leather strap and usually like a plastic little like bolt. Each rifle is different because they are cut from different pieces of wood. They're usually painted white, and you put tape over the butt end of the rifle and the tip just to keep them from chipping. Love me a good rifle. It's fun. Like, it's really difficult just because each one is weighted differently, and it takes a lot of getting used to. It's very different from flag. But you can do great trick things with rifle. Disappointingly, I used to be able to do this really cool trick, and I lost it. I can't do it anymore. But it was, you would do a like one-handed cartwheel into a rifle toss, and I was so good at it, and then I cut it from our show because not everyone could do it, and it was like, ugh, groan, agony, various like theatrical drama noises. It was so cool, but alas, one-handed cartwheel rifle toss is no more. But it was fun while it lasted. Rifle is, I don't know, it's just like fun. I don't know how else to describe it. It's The tosses are usually hard. I am not great at tossing. I can't get out my quad yet, which is like, they're numbered by how many rotations. My best friend can do like, I think she can do a 5, which is upsetting because I don't want to be able to do a 5. But, that's the thing that takes practice. And then lastly is saber. Saber looks super cool. I love being a sword wielding bitch, but it is very hard. It hurts so much. It's not a real sword, but it's like a metal thing in the shape of a sword. It has like a slightly curved blade, and it has the hilt, which is fun because it makes you feel like you're an old timey pirate. But I dropped it on my toe once, and my toenail turned black, and it took like a really long time for it to grow out. That hurt a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit afraid of Saber. She is scary when it's in the air. It's like, it's super easy to toss because how rifle and flag work is, it's both like the weight is kind of evenly distributed. Like, it's easy to find a like center of gravity type point, I guess. I don't know, like the rifle, everything is different. Like, each individual rifle is different, but it's like obviously like the heavy end is the thicker end, but like, what, I don't know what I'm going on about. But saber is different in that it doesn't really require like it doesn't really need you to keep on spinning, if that makes any sense, because the hilt is very heavy and the blade is very light. So if you are doing like drop spins, like, it will keep itself in motion. You just need to be there to catch it. So yeah, it doesn't take very much to toss it because it basically like propels itself with the heavy weight of the hilt. But it's super hard to catch the right way, and it hurts a lot. We wear gloves in guard, like, especially when you're on weapon, because it kind of like pads the blow of catching stuff. Does not pad the blow of saber. You're on your own there, buddy. You catch it, and it hurts like hell. You have to pretend it doesn't hurt like hell and just keep on going. But it hurts. Scary. I'm afraid of her. A lot. I'm very afraid of her. I can do a triple. I cannot do anything past that. I live in fear for the day that I'm asked to do anything past that. Decent at blade tosses on those, but blade tosses are also very scary. Like, the normal way you do a toss on sabers, this is difficult because there's like no visual, but you hold the hilt end of your sword in your left hand, and you kind of like lightly grip the blade with your right, and you want to like, it's like a I don't know, like a twisting of the wrist type motion to release the toss, but you want the blade to go like down clockwise, and then you release with your left hand, and it goes up and does like a whole little spinny thing, and you catch it ideally the same way that you tossed it. But blade toss, incredibly scary. It's like you have the hilt up in the air, and you can honestly do a blade toss one-handed, but I don't think you can do either toss one-handed, but blade toss is easier to do one-handed, I guess. And you hold like the middle of it on an angle, and you kind of just like, with your right hand, you kind of just do like this up and down like J type motion to get it out. Oh, she's so scary to catch. It horrifies me. I don't know why I'm referring to my saber with she, her pronouns, but you know what? Whatever, we're going with it. My saber does not have a name, but my rifle does. My rifle is named Nomeo, after, Nomeo and Juliet. My dance partner, she named hers Juliet, and they had like a spicy romance. That is a nod to our freshman year show, which was originally Romeo and Juliet themed, and then just descended into madness because our guard coach at that time was kind of out of it. But that is a story for another. Actually, you know what? I'll talk about it now. Her name was Katie, and she was kind of crazy. Like, I don't mean that as like, wow, she was out of control. I mean like, wow, she was genuinely out of control. She was very mean to us, which was weird. Like, she would get very angry at us for like goofing off, and was like, okay, queen, we're literally all high school age girls. I don't know what you want from us. Like, oh, we could have been more disciplined, but she would go on these very long tangents about people not listening to instructions. Like, she would yell at me for not listening to instructions and go on this, like, 5-minute thing about wasting time by not listening. And it was like, if you had just told me what you wanted me to do again and then had me do it, then we would not be here having this 5 minute long conversation, which is inevitably taking longer than it would have for you to just repeat the instructions. But, whatever. She would come in while she was sick, and she would always complain about how she had to work a whole bunch of jobs and be up super early. And it's like, well, I get that. I get that we are literal children and we can't understand how hard it is to have an adult life, but also, like, don't get mad at us for being tired. Like, we were just at school all day. You don't need to be like, oh, I was just at my 37th job of the day. I've been up since 2 a.m. And it's like, okay, Katie, bag it. We're high schoolers. But, oh my god, there was this one time where she stepped on a nail and then came into practice the day after and was like, guys, I stepped on a nail. And we were all like, well, if you can't walk, you should go home, like, take care of yourself. And she was like, no, I'm showing my dedication to this program and you should too. And I was like, okay, we are now all slightly afraid of you. Completely unhinged. She was like a mad lad. The show she choreographed for us was originally pretty cool. Then it kind of descended into madness, and it made no sense. And she wanted to use a song from 50 Shades of Grey, and we did, and it was horrible. But she, instead of counting, she would like meow the counts, which was incredibly unhelpful, because we would be like, oh, Katie, what count do you want us to release the toss? And then she would just start meowing like a fucking cat, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with you? But fun. I feel like guard attracts the most unstable kind of people, which makes it partially really fun, partially has room to get dicey. I love my guard comrades, but some of them are annoying as hell. I will be honest. Like, when you spend that much time with someone in rehearsal, it's like, oh my god, just shut up. But yeah, I'm sad we're not having a season, which probably sounds contradictory to what I just said about kind of hating all of them, but I don't know, I miss it. I miss getting to throw stuff. I guess I'll bounce the next topic that is kind of related. I used to be a theater person when I was in middle school. I am no longer a theater person just because I don't have time with both guard and theater. And I miss it, because the high school theater program seems fun. I don't know, I liked doing lighting, and oh my god, they have the catwalk at the high school, which is so much better than, like, the shitty middle school lighting rig. I am technically not allowed in the catwalk, but I have been there anyway, because I do not respect my teachers. But, it's like, oh my god, it's like this big thing above the stage. It's like these metal, it's just like walkway that has all these lights and has like all this lighting set up, and it's like if you were going to do spotlight, you would do manual spotlight from up there, and it's so cool. It's, oh my god, like, you go up there and you're just like above the whole auditorium and you can see everything, and it makes you feel like some sort of like all-powerful god. You have to go up all these flights of stairs to get up there, and usually the catwalk is locked, and usually it's like pitch dark in there when you're not supposed to be in there, but it's so cool. Catwalk, 10 out of 10. And then, I don't know, we have a pretty big auditorium, like, theater area, which is cool. I don't know, my school puts money into the arts, not a ton into marching band, but mostly into theater. But it's, like, I don't know, the stage is very cool. It's all very cool. I miss being able to do tech crew, but I can't anymore. One time I had a concussion, and they ousted me from band because they were like, you have a concussion and we don't want you to be here, you should go to a doctor. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I helped the theater kids do woodshop stuff for like 2 hours while I had a concussion. So I don't know if that's any like testament to my determination to do stuff even when I shouldn't. I don't know. I think about it a lot, though. I was pretty good at the stuff I was doing. They had me cut wood, and then eventually they were like, oh, don't let her cut wood because she has a concussion. And I was like, okay, whatever, good idea. And then they had me like tape straight lines on the floor of their like set to paint like a checkerboard floor, and the side that I did looked damn good. I don't have pictures of it, so you'll have to take my word for it, but it looked nice. I don't know, most of, I guess, like, friends, acquaintances are theater people. Theater is it kind of like it's very cliquey, and everyone kind of like shit talks each other. And I kind of live for gossip. I like scheming. I like involving myself in other people's problems. I like just being nosy as hell because it's super fun. I like knowing everything. It makes me feel like some sort of little, like, all powerful or something. It's very fun. But yeah, that's I get to know a little bit of the inside scoop. Not that it ever makes sense to me because I'm not like there with the theater people, but fun to know, I guess. Um, God, I'll talk about middle school theater. That was fun, super fun, loved it. Because it was a complete mess. Everything at our middle school was a complete like dump shithole. They had this room called the Wilson room, which was basically like a Goodwill within the school. And they just had like it's where they kept all of their like theater props, all of their like costumes. It was just a complete mess. And it was super fun down there. I would go there instead of doing like my real job, and I would just hang out there with other theater people. I actually have a cardigan, two cardigans, and a button down that I took from the Wilson room. I wear them regularly. Um, do I feel bad about it? Not really. Should I? I don't know, maybe. But yeah. This is likely getting pretty lengthy. I don't know if I'll use this take of things. Actually, I probably will. I don't know that I want to keep on talking to myself in the dark, but I don't remember anything I just talked about. So if I do another one of these and I repeat all of these same topics, just pretend you don't notice. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about this. Soon I'm going to Longwood Gardens with my best friend, and I'm very excited because if you are not native to the wildly mediocre state of Pennsylvania, you likely do not know what Longwood Gardens is, but it's super fun. It's like in the middle of nowhere, kind of. It's just a giant garden, like botanical garden. I guess that botanical, but yeah, it's cool. It's like it was owned by this one guy at some point. I don't know. He's dead now. His name was Pierre Dupont, but he had this massive fancy garden. There's like a giant like conservatory, and he had like all these like fancy tree houses and shit built. And he has this giant like lily pond, like lily pad lake. Um, King was really like living the fantasy. It's so pretty there, and I am excited to go there again. My personal favorite rooms there, or I guess just like areas, because not all of it is in out in. Not all of it is both outside backslash inside. The conservatory is big, but there are many acres of stuff that are not in the conservatory. If that makes sense, I don't know that that's grammatically correct, but basically, the garden is very large. The conservatory is also very large, but there is a lot of stuff that is not within the conservatory. That is what I mean to say. But favorite room in the conservatory is they call it the silver room. It has all these different like cacti and succulents and stuff, and they put like this cool lighting in there. And oh yeah, they do that periodically, usually around Christmas, but they do like these lighting displays in the topiary garden and just like all over. It's super cool. I don't think they have that open right now. They call it like Nightscape, I think. I don't think they're doing that with COVID. I think they're closing earlier, which is sad. But I don't know. That is a thing that they do. And then second favorite room would probably be like they have this hallway that's just full of all these different bonsai trees, and some of them actually like grow fruit, which is super cool. Like I know nothing about cultivating a bonsai tree, but it looks neat. Like they had an apple tree that grew like a full-size apple. I don't know how it did that, but it did, which was cool. Um Other notable rooms is they have this room in the basement that's like all these different super cool fountains, and they have this one that's like under this staircase where it looks like a hydra, and the hydra has like water dripping down its fangs, and it drips into this little like well type structure underneath, and they have like a fog machine in the well, and it looks super dope. It's like, wow, it's like Lord of the Rings type shit. I love it. but you can't ever take good pictures of it because it's like in the dark, and then when you try to put the flash on, it like looks weird. Truly a thing you must experience. Notable areas outside is they have this cool gazebo, and they have a topiary garden, which is a little bit like, it's super cool that the topiaries are like really nicely trimmed, but they don't have like cool topiaries. It's like, I don't know, I went there, I was like expecting to see like some bush trimmed to the shape of like a lion or some shit, but it's usually they just have like geometric topiaries, which is like whatever, fine, cool, I guess. But they do, during the light show, like they project stuff onto the topiaries and it looks cool. But you can go inside his house, like the Pierre Dupont. Like they turned it into a little museum, and they show you all the plans and stuff that he was working on for, like all the plans for all the fountains and the layout of the gardens, which is pretty cool. I don't know, just I guess if you don't live anywhere near here, look up pictures. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Uh, bu- 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 this is likely getting pretty lengthy, so thank you for listening. Sorry this was kind of just like rapid fire ramblings, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, thank you for listening, and good morning, good night, whatever time zone you are in. I am going to go now. Goodbye.